Dear students, today I will be discussing with you the 10th Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. I have tried my best to compile this lecture from the contemporary sources, from the writings of the Guruji, and the writings of the contemporary scholars. Guru Gobind Singh Ji was born on 22nd December 1666 at Patna Sahib, which is presently in Bihar. Actually, the name of the place is Takht Shri Harmandir Ji, Patna Sahib. When we say Harmandir Sahib Ji, then it is at Amritsar in Punjab. Guruji's father's name was 9th Guru Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, and mother's name Mata Gujri Ji. 10th Guru Guru Gobind Singh Ji remained at Patna Sahib for about 6 years. And then Guruji came to Punjab. Even Guruji, in his writing Vichitra Natak, says, मदर देश हमको ले आए, भांत भांत दियां दुर्लाए, किन्नी अनक भन तो रचना, दिन्नी भांत भांत की शिक्षा, जब हम कर्म धर्म हो आए, देवलोक तब पिता सिधाए. Guruji says he came to Mother Desh. He named Punjab as a Mother Desh after the name of the Madhuri. Madhuri, one of the mother of the Pandavas. This name is mentioned for Punjab in many contemporary texts also. Guruji also says he received the different kind of education, and soon after his arrival, when he was very young, his father died. In the Hukamnamas at Patna Sahib, Guruji's name is mentioned as Gobind Das. For example, सगल द्वार को छाड़ के गयो तुहारो द्वार, बाहें गहें की लाजस, गोविंद दास तुहार. So Guruji's initial earlier name was Gobind Das. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji came before 10th Guruji's arrival in Punjab. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji met his father and bow before his father for the charan sparsh, he said, Anand bhaya meri maaye, Sat Guru mein paya. According to Principal Stabir Singh, the town which earlier was called Makhowal and then Chak Nanki came to be known as Anandpur Sahib, which later on is the fountain of the Sikhism. For some time, Guruji went to Kurukshetra and Haridwar. At Anandpur Sahib, Guruji spent 29 years. For 3 years, Guruji remained at Paonta Sahib from 1685 to 1688. In one of his writings, Guruji said, Desh chhad hamte pun bhaye, shahar Paonta ki sudh le aaye. Guruji even described about the hunting of lions at Paonta's jungles. Generally, Guru Gobind Singh Ji is known for the foundation of the Khalsa Panth and the battles. But today, I'll discuss with you Guruji's life under the different headings, the different 6 headings. Number 1, Guruji as a Vidya Veer. Number 2, Guruji as a Prem Veer. Number 3, Guruji as a Dharm Veer. Number 4, Guruji as a Yudh Veer. Number 5, Guruji as a Dan Veer. And number 6, Guruji as a Karm Veer. Firstly, Guruji as a Vidya Veer. Guruji himself was a well versed in Arabic, Persian, Hindi, Sanskrit, and Braj Bhasha. Most of his writings are in Braj Bhasha, which is spoken in the Varanasi and Mathura. Guruji in his court had 52 poets, 32 translators, and 4 writers were always remain with the Guruji. Bhai Mani Singh Ji was among them, who was 22 years elder to Guruji. Guruji wrote Pachitar Natak, Jap Sahib, Chopai Sahib, Savai, Akal Ustat, and also composed Guru Granth Sahib Ji at Talwandi Sabo, which is known as Rai Poedit, which is known as Guru Ki Kashi. Guruji wrote Jafarnama to the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb from Dina Kangad, which is a classical work in the Persian language. Bhai Nandlal Ji was another versatile poet in the Guruji's court. He was 33 years elder to the Guruji and never took any financial help from the Guruji. He was a teacher of the Prince Muazzam, who was later on became Bahadur Shah I and ruled after death of Aurangzeb from 1707 to 1712. Nandlal Ji moved from Agra to Anandpur Sahib along with one Droga, Gyasuddin. Bhai Sahib wrote Bandagi Nama, Jindagi Nama, Ganj Nama. In Ganj Nama, Bhai Nandlal Ji said, Nasiro Mansoor Guru Gobind Singh, Azide Manzoor Guru Gobind Singh, Hakra Ganjur Guru Gobind Singh, Jumla Faize Guru Gobind Singh, Hak Aga Guru Gobind Singh, Shah Shahnshah Guru Gobind Singh. He praised the Guruji like a Shahnshah. So he was a versatile poet and well-read. Guruji had a knowledge of various languages. Guruji used to have a company of the scholars, poets. Why? Because he himself was a versatile scholar. Then second is Prem Veer. Guruji had a love for God. In Zafarnama, Guruji said, one should love the God. Even in Sufism, it is said that there is too much of depth for love with the God. Shah Mansoor was asked that, is there anything which is limitless? For dhan, there is a limit. For hunger, there is a limit. But there is no limit for the love with the Mehboob or God. So was in the case of Guruji about God. Guruji used the word tu hi tu, tu hi tu many times in his writings. One of the scholars, Guruji used tu hi tu for about 16,000 times. Then third one is Dharam Veer. Guruji in his writings never said that I have come to grab the land or to become a Chakravarti Raja. Nowhere Guruji mentioned that I have come to make the people slave. Guruji says, my only aim to come on the earth is to establish the religion, and those people should be finished who are against the mankind. And the people who are pious, saintly, and piety should be respected in the society. Guruji said in one of his writings, Hum ek aaj jagat mo aaye, dharam het Gurudev pathaye, jahan tahan tum dharam bitharo, dusht dokhiyon pakar pichharo. Guruji founded the Khalsa on 29th March 1699 at Anandpur Sahib on Baisakhi Day. The word Khalsa he used from two point of views. One, Khalsa means Khalas, pure. Secondly, Khalsa means the Khalsa crown land, which used to be during that time in the Mughal period. That land which directly under the crown. So this Khalsa is directly under their rule. Guruji called the huge gathering on Vaisakhi day at Anandpur Sahib and asked the 5 6 to give their sacrifice. They were different people from different region, from different caste. One was Daram, a trader from Lahore. Second was Dharamdas, a farmer from near Delhi. Third was Mukam Chand, a washerman from Dwarka, Gujarat. Fourth was Himmat Rai, a cook from Jagannath Puri, Odisha. Fifth was Sahib Chand, a barber from Bidar, Karnataka. Guruji baptized them one by one and gave them a common name, Singh. And Guruji gave common name to the woman, Kaur. Now their place of birth is Anandpur Sahib and they are Singh. Singh means lion. The word Kaur, which is given for the woman, is derived from the word Kunwar, which is generally used among the Kshatriyas and the Rajputs. After baptizing these 5 6, Guruji himself also got baptized. Guruji asked them to use the 5 Ks. And these 5 Ks are number one, Kesh, or long uncut hair, signifying one's connection and affirmation of the law of nature. Two, Kanga, a comb to keep the hair clean and intact, also signifying an affirmation of the householder's life and rejection of asceticism. Third is Kripan, a dagger or a short sword, signifying the right to bear arms as well as strict moral duty to protect the life. Not only one's own life, but even more importantly, the lives of others who cannot protect themselves. Fourthly, Kada, an iron wrist, ring, or bracelet whose circle serves as a reminder of one's morality, that one is bound to the circle of life and death, that one's actions are ultimately answerable to the true Guru, to who one is constantly bound, and that if one is to exercise force, it must be done so with moral restraint. Fifth one is Kach, signifying for the free movement. These 5 Ks are provided by the Guruji. Then now the fourth one is Yudhbir. Guruji lived up to the age of 42. And in this short span of life, he fought 14 battles. There's a mention of another battle that is in Rajasthan with the Rajputs, in which Bhai Man Singh Ji sacrificed his life. The weapons used by Guruji are of 4 kinds. One, Mukat; second, Amukat; third is Mukat Amukat; and fourth is Yantar Mukat. Guruji built forts at Anandpur Sahib. One is Anandgarh, second is Keshgarh, third is Lohgarh, fourth is Holgarh, fifth is Fatehgarh, and sixth is Taragarh. Keshgarh fort was in the center and others around it. And there was one Ranjit Nagada, which was performed whenever the forces comes after the victory and they are ready for the war. Guruji fought some battles, and the first battle he fought on 18th September 1688 at Bhangani. Guruji was just 22 years old. It was his first battle of the career. He fought with the Pahari Rajas. Hari Chand, the most popular general of the area, who was never defeated. Guruji gave him 3 chances. He used the 3 arrows. 1 and 2 arrows couldn't touch the Guruji. Third one touched Guruji in the waist. Then Guruji said, Jabe ban lagyo, tabe rosh jagyo. Harichand was killed in the battlefield, and this battle continued for 9 hours. Guruji won the battle. Then another battle is the Battle of Nadaun. This time Guruji fought from the side of the Pahari Rajas against the Mughals. Guruji won the battle. For next 12 years, it was a peace from 1687 to 1999. There was one battle that called Hussaini Yudh with Hussain Khan in 1695. Then after that, Guruji had to fight a series of battles. One is the first battle of Anandpur Sahib in 1700. Then Battle of Nirmogarh, 1700, 4 kilometers from Anandpur Sahib. Another is Battle of Basholi in 1700. Then there is a second Battle of Anandpur Sahib in 1700. Then third Battle of Anandpur Sahib, 1702. Fourth and fifth battles of Anandpur Sahib in 1703. The sixth Battle of Anandpur Sahib, May 1705. In this battle, Guruji had to abandon the Anandpur Sahib, the place which he built himself, had to abandon because Guruji was surrounded from all the sides. After that, Guruji's family dispersed and it was divided into 3 parts. Then on 7 December 1705, Guruji fought the Battle of Chamkaur Sahib. In this battle, Guruji had just a couple of Sikhs with him, somewhere around 40 or 44. On the other side, Mughal forces surrounded Guruji in lakhs. And here in this battle, Guruji's 2 Sahibjadas, Sahibjada Ajit Singh and Sahibjada Jujhar Singh, they died in the battlefield in front of the Guruji. Guruji was watching them while fighting. And then Guruji fought the last battle of his life, that is the Battle of Kedrana, on 29 December 1705. This is also known as the Battle of Muktsar. In this battle, Mai Bhag Kaur played a vital role, very important role. The Chali Muktas, headed by Maha Singh, they also helped Guruji and died in the battlefield. And that is why the place is known as Mukatsar. Guruji won all the battles. So he was a Yudhbir. Then Guruji was a Danbir. 2 elder sons, Sahibjada Ajit Singh and Sahibjada Jujhar Singh, died while fighting against the huge forces of the Mughals at Chamkaur Sahib in front of the Guruji. One prominent writer, Allah Yar Khan Yogi, in 1915 wrote a beautiful poem of the description of this battle. 2 minor sons of Guruji were bricked up in the walls of Sarhand by Mughal Subedar Wazir Khan. They were Sahibjada Zorawar Singh and Sahibjada Fateh Singh. And Guruji lost his mother also, Mata Gujri ji. In just couple of days, Guruji lost his 5 members of the family, and he sacrificed everything. So he was a Danveer, Karamveer. Guruji always said one should live on its own deeds. Once Lahora Singh, who was caretaker of the Sahibjadas, took some money from one businessman, Mala Singh. After some time, Mala Singh asked Lahora Singh to return the money, but he refused and said, Sikh ka khaye ke chinta kariye dur. Guruji came to know about this and asked Lahora Singh not to misuse the position and return the money. Hak paraye nanka, uswar uska. There's another Sakhi. In 1689, Sikhs goes for fight with the Rangras. Sikhs won the battle and Rangras were defeated. Sikh brought one Dola with them also. She was a newly wedded girl of the Rangras. Guruji came to know and Guruji gave warning to all the Sikhs that in future this kind of mistake should not be repeated. Guruji gave gold mohar to the girl and told her that you are in your father's house. Guruji said, no one should touch Paraya Tan and Paraya Tan. Guruji was a Karamveer. So Guruji was Vidyaveer, Premveer, Dharamveer, Yuddhveer, Danveer, Karamveer, all in one. Thank you very much.